The substitute teacher walked in and said, "Everyone whose parents are divorced, move to the left." We all looked at each other confused, but about half the class got up and moved. I stayed on the right with the kids whose parents were still together. "Now everyone who has a dog stay standing. Everyone else sit down." 3 kids sat down on the left side. This was getting weird, but we kept following along because what else were we supposed to do? Right side. Anyone who walks to school moved to the back of the room. Me and 4 other kids moved to the back. I was starting to feel uncomfortable. Why did she need to know this stuff? Back row. Anyone who stops at the corner store on Maple Street before school stay standing. Just me and Kaylee were left standing. My heart started beating faster. "Kaylee, sit down if you go there on Tuesdays and Thursdays." Kaylee sat down. I was the only one left standing in the back corner of the room. The substitute teacher stared at me for a long moment, then smiled. "Perfect. Everyone return to your normal seats." We all moved back confused and whispering to each other. She started teaching math like nothing happened, but I couldn't focus. Why did she need to know my exact routine? At lunch, I told my friends about how creepy it was. George said maybe she was just doing some weird icebreaker activity, but Emma pointed out she never even told us her name. When we got back from lunch, the substitute was gone. Principal Hilton was there instead, looking serious. "Class, I need to ask you all some questions about this morning." He had us recreate exactly where we stood during each sorting. He wrote down everyone's positions and took photos with his phone. When he got to me standing alone in the back corner, his face went pale. "Did she say anything to you specifically?" he asked me. "No, she just stared at me, then had everyone sit down." He called my parents to pick me up immediately. In his office with my parents and 2 police officers, I found out the truth. 3 weeks ago, a woman had robbed the corner store on Maple Street. The elderly owner, Mr. Lord, had a heart attack during the robbery and died. The security camera was broken, but a witness saw someone in a gray sweater running from the scene. "We've been trying to identify who was there that morning," Officer Hull explained. "The witness said they saw a middle school student walk by right before it happened. That student would be our only witness who could identify the robber." My mom grabbed my hand. "You think the robber came to the school?" "The substitute teacher who was here today didn't work for the district. She used a fake ID to get in. We think she was trying to identify which student could recognize her." I thought back to that morning 3 weeks ago. I had walked past the corner store like always. I remembered seeing someone in gray come out counting money, but I didn't really pay attention. I was late and listening to music. "Did you see anyone that morning?" Officer Hull asked. I closed my eyes, trying to remember. "There was someone in gray. They bumped into me coming out of the store." "Would you recognize them?" That's when it hit me. The substitute teacher hadn't just been wearing a gray sweater. She'd been wearing the exact same gray sweater. The same one with a small coffee stain on the sleeve. I'd noticed it when she pointed at the board. "It was her," I said. "The substitute teacher was the person I saw leaving the store." The police showed me a security photo from our school's entrance that morning. Even with her fake glasses and her hair different, I could tell it was the same woman from the corner store. "She came to identify which student could place her at the scene," Officer Hull said. "Once she found you alone in that corner, she knew you were the witness. You're very lucky Principal Hilton checked on the classroom when he did. They caught her 2 days later trying to leave the state. Her name was Harley Dunlap, and she'd been robbing small businesses for months. She'd thought if she could identify me, she could either intimidate me into staying quiet or convince people I was an unreliable witness since I hadn't come forward yet.